I'm Janet Dupree from Engagement Dynamics. On the 14th of August 2020, we launched our unique global Astute Woman events. The 3-hour online function flew by, with deep engagement and short, riveting presentations from an exceptional lineup of speakers. Participants were encouraged and inspired with thought-provoking poetry, performance, art, and music integrated into profound leadership learning conversations. The presentation which follows is a clip from this extraordinary encounter.
Yoke van Dam is our second last speaker. She's been called the kintsugi queen, and if you've never seen kintsugi, you need to go and look at what that is online. Because of her ability to join, repair, and heal fractured teams and turn them into something quite wonderful. She has staked her hard-won reputation on the premise that all poor-performing teams can be turned around to become collaborative, committed, and cohesive superstars of the organizations that they serve. As a qualified behavioral change coach with verifiable in-the-field experience, she's eminently suited to uncover the real issues holding teams back. She's worked with over 2,000 team members, 2,300 plus hours of training, and 350 plus hours of coaching. With her keen intelligence, empathic energy, and can-do attitude, Yoke helps leaders to co-create winning outcomes so that they can unleash their team's untapped potential. She works with enthusiastic, selfless, and empathic leaders who want to create space to allow their teams to learn, grow, and thrive. She works with leaders who want to effectively articulate and communicate their vision so that their teams buy into it and are prepared to follow them to hell and back to make sure that vision is achieved. She works with new, untested leaders who need a strong foundational roadmap of how to work with and lead teams to successful outcomes. Thank you so much, Yoke.
What does Game of Thrones and the Hunger Games have to do with the relationship you have with yourself and with everyone else? We have been pre-programmed to think that there will only be one ruler on the Iron Throne and only one winner of the Hunger Games. So whether you're watching Survivor or Amazing Race, we're always trying to backstab other people, or that's what those series are actually trying to tell you, to say that if you're not the queen or the king of the chessboard, you're simply not good enough. One of my favorite books, The Little Prince, he says something quite interesting. It says, adults will ask you weird questions about your friends. When you say, I have a new friend, they'll say, is she from the Upper East Side? How much does she weigh? What dress size is she? How tall is she? How long is her hair? How big is her house? How big is her purse? Those are all of the factors that we have been pre-programmed to think that we need to base our worth on. Things that are outside of our control that can be taken away at any moment. So when Miss of Africa actually became Miss World, she had so many people tell her, why did she keep her natural hair? She had a whole discussion about that with Trevor Noah on The Daily Show. And I mean, how ridiculous is it to think that you can't keep your natural hair? We have been pre-programmed to think that we're not allowed to make mistakes, and that's why people like to control each other. So for the purposes of today, I actually want to take you through the paradigms of codependence, and we'll be looking at the shark, the victim, and the rescuer. And potentially, you could be stepping into any of these roles at any moment in time with yourself or with other people. So just for a moment, imagine you're swimming in the sea in Belito. It's nice warm water, and suddenly uprise a fin behind you. People are running out of the sea. People are shouting. How do you feel deep inside? Do you like it when a shark is close by? A shark is also a type of personality, a person that will say, my way or the highway, I win, you lose, shut up. I don't know if you've ever had a boss like that, but I remember when I was working at Entrepreneur Magazine, whenever the CEO walked inside, it was like a Death Eater had sucked out all of the energy and positivity out of everyone. And people would very quickly go on a bathroom or a smoke break because they had a sense of fear. But then you get the victim. And that person would typically say, why did COVID happen to me? Why was I born so that I had to be around in the year 2020 when COVID was around? victims is a kind of a mindset. And whenever a very big wave is coming or sharks in the ocean, guess what? They'll actually wait for the wave to hit them. They won't actually get out of the way, but they'll wait for it to actually rush all over it. But then you get the third kind of a person, and that's a rescuer. So a rescuer will say, guys, don't fight. Let me take on your work. Let me just sort everything out. So sometimes as women, we'll actually tend to be rescuers. We don't want people to fight. We want to just resolve everything. But what ends up happening is the rescuer ends up actually becoming the shark. Because if your bucket is completely empty, you are going to freak out eventually, right? So is there a better way? Can you ask yourself, instead of being the shark or the victim or the rescuer, are you actually enabling people to not care for themselves? Are you actually helping people to not step up and take responsibility for their lives? So sometimes I'll actually go through all of these, and the one moment I'll be a shark and I'll be shouting at myself, okay, you need more sales, you need to lose weight, and then I'll be like, oh, life's so tough, it's COVID, and the next moment I'll rescue myself and give myself a muffin. So what is the answer? The answer is to be like a dolphin. If you think of a dolphin, would you like to approach it? Would you like to actually swim with dolphins? When I think of dolphins, I see them as really playful, incredible communicators. They're very agile, they're flexible, they can do things at a whim, but what they're really good at is at setting boundaries. So when you're the dolphin, you don't allow yourself to do other people's work, but you're actually asking for a win-win. You're actually asking them to build that bridge together and to meet you in the middle. But sometimes people are actually going to freak out because they're used to you rescuing them. They're used to you being the victim. But can you start standing up to them? And in the words of Albus Dumbledore in Harry Potter, he said, it takes a great deal of bravery to stand up to your enemies, but so much more to stand up to your friends.